Hello guys, this is Vibi. So welcome back to our channel The Nightingale Tales. So guys, we are putting much effort to give you these videos. So please subscribe our channel and don't forget to share our videos with your friends whom you think this video would be useful for. So please share our videos with your fellow nurses, student nurses or your friends. Don't forget to subscribe our channel The Nightingale Tales. So it's been already 2 months the preparation is been going on, and there would be CBT for every person who going to attempt this SSCL exam. So don't be afraid guys, stay strong and all the best for your exam. So let's get started. So today the video is about COVID update, and there are only 20 questions, but these are important questions. So let's get started. Question number 1. COVID-19 treatment unit should have preferably negative pressure rooms with a number of minimum air exchanges. So option A 5 air exchanges, B 8 air exchanges, C 12 air exchanges, D 15 air exchanges per hour. So the treatment unit of a COVID-19 patient, that is if it, even it is a ward or ICU, so should have a negative pressure room with a number of minimum exchanges. So let's take it as number of ventilations in a pressure room of COVID-19 treatment area should have, I think it is option C, it is 12 air exchanges per hour. So at least there should be 12 air exchanges or 12 air exchange or ventilation among a room or among a treatment unit of COVID-19 patients. So next question number 2. The high touch surfaces in COVID treatment unit should be disinfected every. The frequently touched surfaces of COVID-19 unit should be disinfected for every 1 and second hourly, or second option B 3rd to 4th hourly, option C 2nd to 4th hourly, option D 6 to 8 hourly. So the hospital rules and regulations or institutional rules and regulations tells you how many times you should disinfect your wards or your clinics or your ICUs. So when it comes to COVID treatment unit, you should disinfect that unit frequently touched surfaces, or the surfaces which the healthcare workers will frequently come in contact with should be disinfected for every first to second hourly. So answer is option A, first to second hourly you should disinfect the frequently touched surfaces of COVID treatment unit. So next question number 3. The viral test for COVID-19 case findings recommended by ICMR. Option C, real-time or conventional RT-PCR test. Option B, SARS-CoV-19 2 antibody tests. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of the above. So after the break of the pandemic, to rule out the positive case, there have been performing number of tests from the past 1 year. So the only test recommended by the ICMR to rule out the positive cases is option A, real time or conventional RT-PCR test. So I'll say you what is RT-PCR test. RT-PCR test stands for rapid time. PCR stands for polymerase chain reaction. So the test that's been recommended by ICMR for every government or private hospitals to go on or to rule out the positive case of coronavirus is rapid time polymerase chain reaction test, that is RT-PCR test, a real time or conventional RT-PCR test. So next question number 4. The most preferred sample for laboratory diagnosis for COVID-19 is, so venous blood sample, B throat and nasal swab in viral transport media. VTM stands for viral transport media. C midstream, that is urine stream. D is all of the above. So in COVID-19 cases, that is coronavirus disease 2019 virus cases, this virus mainly affects respiratory system. So you should choose an option which is related with the respiratory system. So urine stream and venous blood sample is also related to respiratory system conditions, but the most common used test for all the respiratory conditions to rule out all the respiratory diseases is option B, throat or nasal swab in viral transport media. So the most preferred sample for laboratory diagnosis of COVID-19 is throat or nasal swab in VTM, that is viral transport media. So coming back to fifth question, which of the following drug is recommended by ICMR for prophylactic use in asymptomatic healthcare workers involved in containment and treatment of COVID-19? A. Hydroxychloroquine, B. Remdesivir, C. Chloroquine, D. Hydrocortisone. So there are a number of drugs that have been come to light after the breakout of pandemic, saying that this drug would be helpful, that drug will be helpful in treating corona, or in it can be used as prophylactic use so that you won't get corona. So earlier earlier during the pandemic, there was also a rumor that if a person takes PCM, that is paracetamol tablet, he would be safe, or he can treat the coronavirus even with the paracetamol too. So there are many rumors, but the ICMR recommended only one drug for the healthcare workers who have been coming in contact with the COVID-19 patients for prophylactically usage. So the answer is A, hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine is the drug that is being recommended by ICMR for healthcare workers to use prophylactically so that they won't get this coronavirus or COVID-19 disease. So as India is a country where mosquito borne diseases are common, so HCQ is abundantly available drug for us. You can get this drug in local pharmacies too. So country, for a country like India, there is no problem in getting this drug, and we are the best suppliers. I can say we are a good supplier of HCQ to other countries too. So next question, question number 6, which of the following solution is used to disinfect the surfaces in COVID treatment units? Option A, 1% hypochlorite, B, Dettol, C, Savlon, D, Sterilium. So it's about treating the units or surfaces that have been touched frequently in the COVID treatment units. So there are numerous disinfectants, but the case is about corona or COVID-19. So disinfecting such viral units, you should use a disinfectant which have greater scope or which have good strength. So it is 1% hypochlorite. Option A is the right answer. 1% hypochlorite is used to disinfect the COVID-19 treatment units or the frequently touched surfaces of COVID-19 treatment unit, so that there will be lesser chances of getting infected by the coronavirus to healthcare workers. So next up, question number 7, the most common complication of COVID-19 is. So one should read the question properly so that they can answer the answer accurately. So the question is clear, it is about complication. So here are the option A, fever, it is symptom of COVID, not a complication. Who would say that the fever would be a complication? It's just a symptom of a COVID-19, it's not a complication. So same goes for dehydration is also a symptom, but it's not a complication. D, weakness also stands for a symptom, not a complication. So the only complication that is among the other options for COVID-19 is pneumonia. So pneumonia is the right answer. Pneumonia is the right answer. Option C, pneumonia, is the right answer. It is the only complication that arises in COVID-19 cases because it is a respiratory condition. The complication is also related to respiratory condition. So next question, of question number 8. A baby of a COVID positive mother should be tested for COVID within a time period of 14 days of delivery, 1 month of delivery, 2 months of delivery, and 3 months of delivery. So it is a recently arised checklist. So in OBG or obstetrics, the person who is operating a delivery should must and check whether the patient, that is whether the mother is a positive or free from corona. So even if the mother is a positive, and after the baby's delivery, the baby must and should get tested for this COVID-19. So what should be the best time period to get tested, and what is that time period? So it is option A, 14 days of delivery. Within 14 days of delivery after baby's birth, the baby of a positive mother should get tested for COVID-19 to rule out whether the baby has been affected with coronavirus or not. So next question, question number 9. A healthcare worker who comes into contact with positive COVID-19 patient without proper PPE should be quarantined for. So guys, first you should know what this PPE is. PPE is personal protective equipment. PPE is personal protective equipment, and things like masks, gloves, head mask, goggles, these are the some of the things that comes under personal protective equipment. So whenever a healthcare worker, it might be a nurse, it might be a doctor, it might be a physiotherapist, it might be a group for health worker, low divisional worker. So any healthcare worker who comes into contact with the positive corona client without proper PPE must and should be quarantined. Every one of us know that the people who comes in contact with the positive cases must be quarantined. So what is the time period, to how many days he or she should be quarantined for? So option A 7, option B 14, option C 21 days, option D 28 days. So answer is option B, 14 days. For 14 days the person should be quarantined, so that to rule out whether the person is infected or not. So next question number 10, last question. The following solution recommended to disinfect the dead body of COVID-19 patient before putting in a body wrap is: option A 20% sodium hypochlorite solution, option B Savlon, option C 50% isopropyl alcohol, option D 1% sodium hypochlorite. So there have been reported numerous deaths due to this pandemic, due to the coronavirus or COVID-19. So disinfecting the dead body of a COVID-19 patient is also a greater effect. It is a much important job, as it is also one of the main reasons. If the body is not properly disposed, there will be chances for major transmissions, and there will be brokeouts. There will be a number of cases arising from this negligence too. So it is option D, 1% sodium hypochlorite again. So 1% sodium hypochlorite is used to disinfect the body. After the disinfecting the body would be kept in a body wrap and dumped, so that no other person or people would be get affected with this virus. So this is the video, guys. So don't forget to subscribe our channel, The Nightingale Tales. For more updates, click on the bell button beside. Follow us on Instagram, The Nightingale Tales 369. Thank you for watching. Please do share our videos with your friends, guys. We are putting much efforts to help you to make some videos that would be useful for you. So don't forget to share our videos with your friends. Thank you. Have a good day.